So the first thing that happens is we all together say, welcome to Walking the Edge. Shall we try that? Unmute, ready, set, welcome to Walking the Edge. Welcome to Walking the Edge.
Welcome.
Walking the Edge is a collaboration between Culture Push, Works on Water, and the New York City Department of City Planning.
Works on Water supports artists who are working on, in, and with bodies of water, often in response to the global climate crisis.
Culture Push supports artists working at the intersection of civil engagement, artistic practice, and social justice.
The Department of City Planning plans for the strategic growth and development of New York City. We plan with communities from the ground up. We are working now on the Comprehensive Waterfront Plan to provide a vision for the city's waterfront.
New York City is defined by its waterways.
Walking the Edge is built to invite New Yorkers to connect to the diversity of the city's waterways and have a voice in the planning process.
The original version of Walking the Edge was planned for May 2020 as a month of events dedicated to exploring all 520 miles of New York City's waterfront.
With a 24-hour nonstop relay walk until every mile was covered.
I think we need a dance break. Ready and go. Come on, everybody.
Go for a real or virtual walk to your waterfront, to your closest edge.
What is your waterfront? How do you get there? Have you ever walked there?
Is it a canal, a river, an estuary, a bay, a creek, or the ocean? Is it a beach, a dock, or a greenway? And is it accessible, or is it fenced off?
Look on a local map and trace a path from your home to the nearest waterfront. Have you walked this path before?
What are some familiar sights? Can you name them?
If you feel safe going outside once a day, is this a walk you would choose to do?
From here, you can imagine your walk with your map or take the actual walk to the edge.
Pause at some point in your journey and look around. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell?
How much sky can you see? How many trees are there? What lines, what shapes, what light, what shade or shadow?
Now continue to the water's edge. How many twists and turns were there?
Do the sky, the trees, the lines, the shapes, and the light change as you get closer to the edge of the water?
Can you get to the water in person or on your screen in Street View? Is there a barrier?
What is the waterfront?
What is the waterfront?
What is it?
Waterfront.
Is your water's edge what you hoped it would be?
If not, what would you want it to be in the future?
Send us your response by tagging us on Instagram at NYC Waterfront and at Works on Water, or using the hashtag WalkingAtTheEdgeNYC.
It can be a photo, a screenshot, a short video, a bit of text, or anything else collected along your journey.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you on, near, or around your waterfront. Yoo-hoo! Bah-ha!
Every 10 years, the Department of City Planning writes a new plan for the city's diverse 520-mile waterfront. As part of that planning process, we ask the public to help create the vision for the city's waterfront for the next 10 years and beyond. This time, we're partnering with artists to help spread the word about the plan and create new ways to engage the public and plan for the waterfront. While we hadn't anticipated being stuck inside, we do have a moment to think about our waterfront, and that's what we seek to do today.
This project really started years ago when I first met Michael and his team when I was trying to build a temporary floating bridge between Brooklyn and Governor's Island. I had read the Vision 2020 Comprehensive Waterfront Plan front to back. Finally, last year, Works on Water started working with DCP, and in true cross-disciplinary collaboration last summer, this idea to invite everyone to walk all 520 miles of the city's waterfront emerged.
One of the main goals of this project is to broaden awareness about New York City's waterfront. We often think about this project as the ultimate site visit, bringing different voices and viewpoints into the planning process.
We want Walking the Edge to be an opportunity to connect with our many community partners, the people and organizations who tirelessly advocate to improve their local waterfronts. That stewardship and guidance is a major part of why we have so many amazing waterfront open spaces to explore together in New York City.
And I hope that the simple act of paying attention to what the waterfront is creates the same love for the waterways and the waterfront that everyone on our team has, and that ignites and empowers the imaginations of all New Yorkers.
So as artists working with water as site and or material, we are always thinking about time, duration, endurance, fluidity, and everything that goes along with that. So our original plan for Walking the Edge, and one that we will enact someday, is that we were going to walk together all 520 miles of New York City coastline in one go, a big nonstop relay walk, participatory. Every New Yorker could participate.
First, we used ArcGIS to divide the New York City shoreline into 52 10-mile segments. We then used these segments to define the start and end points for each of the routes. And since there isn't a continuous path along the waterfront, we used a combination of Google Maps, Google Street View, and in-person site visits to find the nearest public street and map out a safe walking route.
So, we can't gather to walk along the edge together right now, but we can think about conceptually how New York City is a city of islands and shorelines, and we might even be able to walk towards the edge. Or, if you live close by, walk to the edge. I'm in East River Park.
From the start, our goal was to create an inclusive process through which participants could interact with different aspects of the city's waterfront while we push each other to see the waterfront from a fresh perspective. In this spirit, we've curated a month of activities designed to inspire and inform conversations about how we can all make the waterfront a better place to live, work, and play for all generations.
Each Friday, over the coming weeks, a different artist will stage an intervention about the waterfront. These interventions will include prompts, questions, or activities that you can do to celebrate and think creatively about these spaces. These prompts are intended to help us think boldly and imaginatively about the future of the waterfront.
The artist's prompt allows for a unique perspective of a particular water's edge, one of the artist's choosing, an exploratory walk experience that uses the imagination and the senses in creative ways to learn more about a place and to put you there in a very different way.
Well, I fell in love with New York City because of the waterfront. I was visiting a friend in Brooklyn back in 1999, and we went down to the Williamsburg waterfront to look at the city. And I was just smitten with the sort of abandoned oasis that the waterfront was at the time, but also to be able to have this moment of solitude in the middle of such a crazy, chaotic city. I thought I could get used to this, and I moved here a couple months later.
Working towards the edge as an artist and as a collaborator with Culture Push. I come to the water to see ritual and to think.
I joined this project because for years I wanted to help create a walk around New York City, a path, a trail
that would go along the waterfront or as close to it and encircle the city. And then I found out about this project already in motion, and it's so beautiful, and it could lead to what I want to eventually see down the line. So I can't wait for it to get going.
I really love water, and I grew up near the St. George waterfront in Staten Island, so it really impacted my relationship with water. So I'm curious and excited about community voices being involved with the city planning process with the waterfront and just what could come from that. And yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes and hope you'll join us.